What's up, gang? Simon Arias here, and I want to talk to you about one of the hardest decisions anyone can face, and that's when to change direction, when to pivot, when to walk away. Walk away from stuff that you've invested time into, energy into, identity into. And I'm going to tell you about someone on our team, a young man who was accepted to medical school, had his whole life planned out already, and then he made a decision that shocked everybody that knew him. He walked away from medical school to join our organization. Not because he hated medicine, not because he couldn't handle it, but because he recognized something better when he saw it for him and his perspective. Today, I want to break down how to know when it's time to change direction, how to make big decisions without perfect information, and why sometimes the best opportunities come disguised as detours. The big reason people don't change direction when they should or think they should is something called the sunk cost philosophy. You've already invested so much time, money, and energy into something that walking away feels like admitting failure. This young man had spent years preparing for medical school. He had great grades, MCAT scores, applications, interviews. Family was proud. His friends were impressed. Walking away meant admitting that all of that preparation might not immediately lead to what he really wanted. But here's what he understood that most people don't. Just because you've invested in one direction doesn't mean you have to keep going if you discover that something fits you better. Your past investments shouldn't trap you or handcuff you into a future that's no longer the right fit for you. The question isn't, how much have I already invested? The question is, what's the best decision for my future from my point moving forward? Think about it like driving. If you're headed to Chicago, but realize there's a better route that gets you where you want to go faster, you don't keep going the wrong way just because you've already driven 100 miles. You change direction. So how do you know when you found something worth changing direction for? This particular team member of ours had 3 criteria that I think everybody could consider. First, does this new opportunity align better with your actual values and your lifestyle goals? He realized that while medicine is an honorable profession that helps people, building a business would also allow him to impact and help people just in a little bit different of a way, while creating the lifestyle he actually wanted quicker. Second, does the timeline work better for your goals? For him, the extended education timeline didn't match what he wanted to accomplish in his 20s. Third, does it play to your natural strengths and interests? He also discovered he had abilities in business and leadership that excited him more than his pre-med coursework. But here's the key. He didn't just jump because something looked shiny and new. He evaluated it seriously. He talked to people who had experience in both fields. He looked at the real outcomes and lifestyle implications, not just the theoretical benefits. Most people either never consider changing direction, or they change direction too easily based on emotion rather than careful evaluation. When you're facing a big decision about changing direction, here's the framework our team likes to use. First, what's the worst case scenario if you stay on your current path? Not just financially, but lifestyle, time, freedom, impact. For this particular team member, it was a very structured timeline with significant debt and a predetermined career path. Second, what's the worst case scenario if you change direction? For him, it was potentially family temporarily disappointed in starting over in something unfamiliar. Third, what's the best case scenario for each path? His original path offered stability, respect, and the opportunity to help people through medicine. Our opportunity offered unlimited income potential, leadership development, lifestyle flexibility, and a faster turnaround on his income goals. Fourth, which worst case scenario can you live with? Which best case scenario do you actually want? The most important question is, in 5 years, which decision would you regret not making? Here's what separates people who successfully change direction from people who just think about it. They move with conviction, not hesitation. Once this team member made his decision, he went all in. He didn't keep one foot in each world. He didn't hedge his bets. He committed fully to the new path, which is why he's crushing it today. Half-hearted decisions lead to half-hearted results. If you're going to change direction, change direction. Don't just dabble. But also understand, changing direction doesn't mean your previous path was wrong. It just means you found something better or a better fit for you. His pre-med preparation developed discipline, work ethic, and other things that help serve him incredibly well in business. Nothing is wasted if you learn from it and apply those lessons to your new direction. Look, gang, this story isn't about choosing business over medicine. It's about having the courage to change course when you recognize a better opportunity, even when everyone else around you thinks you're crazy. Sometimes the best thing you can do is exactly what you planned. Sometimes the best thing you can do is change the plan. The key is being honest about what you really want, not what you think that you should want or other people think that you should want. Being realistic about the costs and benefits of each path are critical. And then also having the courage to act on the analysis. Your original plan isn't a prison sentence. It's a starting point. And sometimes the best destinations are the ones you never plan to visit. Subscribe for more leadership and decision-making content. Have a great day.